Hello once again, everybody. I'm Dan, the cross-cultural nerd. Welcome to chapter 14, the final chapter, at least of the main story, in our South of Midnight Let's Play. Don't forget, South of Midnight was developed by Compulsion Games and published by Xbox Game Studios. I say possibly final I say final of the main story because I don't know if we're gonna unlock any bonus stuff after the main story is done. And there you have it. Okay. We are about to face off against Hazel's grandma, Bunny Flood. Last episode, we uh, made our way through that series of rooms for which Rue granted Hazel a key and found Hazel's mom trapped in some fearful vision of Hazel apparently falling from a great height. But Hazel snapped her out of it. They had a nice little reunion before Hazel faced down Kushma himself. And of course, you can't really kill Kushma, but she weakened him. And they made it out. But before going home, he's going to tie up his last loose end because Rue gave her this magical hairbrush to plant on Bunny Flood to send her on a one-way trip to Kushma for her crimes against the tapestry. We're going to continue. And if you remember the cutscene at the end of last video, they worked out of the town upon the tapestry and found each other again in the cemetery where Lacey was visiting Trey's grave, his mausoleum, and Lacey's definitely very apprehensive about Hazel taking on Bunny. Hazel said she'd be careful. Now, we've seen a lot of backstory on Bunny Flood. How she was basically driven to um, driven to darkness partly because of the death of her daughter Cherie, and she killed Hug and Molly and took her heart with the hope of trying to restore her later. And we put Cherie to rest a few chapters ago. We'll see if Buddy's going to try to do anything untoward with that. But I'm also predicting that perhaps Bunny may have done something to end Trey's life early because remember he died under mysterious circumstances back in 2004 when Hazel was real little. But like we know that she always carried a chip on her shoulder with regard to Trey, never forgave him for her death when she slipped out of his hands in the river when he was washing her off. But we'll see. It would be nice if Hazel pursued a chance at redemption. I'm guessing she's going to try. But Bunny might reject it. That's my prediction. But she's on that mission to plant that hairbrush, so we'll see what happens. Real quick, let's go to the tutorial. So we've missed 11 readables. I do like the readables here. Storybook, let's play the last storybook chapter for chapter 14.
Losing my mother again felt soul-crushing. I felt drained, like I had no will left. And worse, I realized this was exactly how Kushma, the king of nightmares, thrived. But I managed to break free from that illusion. I knew I'd lose myself if I didn't break that never-ending cycle. Bottling Kushma with Mama's help made me realize that together, we could handle whatever came our way. It filled me with more pride than any gold medal I've ever won. But that's not where this story ends. There was a loose end back at Prospero that needed tying up. It was time to swing by Bunny's again.
Also, like, I just realized something. This Let's Play is concluding 2 days after Mother's Day. And I think, like, the conclusion of a quest that involved, like, tracking down the main character's mom, finishing up right around Mother's Day is very, very fitting. I had not planned that at all, but that's just really, really fortuitous timing. All right. Anything else to worry about here? Collection. Got the hooks, got the distaff, spindles, the bottle, got crouton, got all these patterns. One more thing. I would love to see Laurent come and try to contact Lacey at the end of this story. Because he did regret leaving them. I hope he comes to try to patch things up. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's let's get on this.
I found her, Dad. I brought Mama home safe and sound. We're okay.
Anything else around here to note? I got no flukes here, so best we can find is probably a readable or two. And we missed a health filament, so we won't be able to get maximum health. I looked at the achievements, and
Wish me luck. If I'm not out here in a few minutes, call the authorities.
yeah, the authorities wouldn't I think would be low to arrest Bunny Flood without some super hard evidence. And even then, she could probably bribe a few people. But I was looking at the achievements, and there are achievements directly related to getting like all the floofs, all the readables. Something else only 1.8% of players have gotten.
I don't know what to say to her. What is there to even say?
I'm actually very surprised that there's no achievement for getting every single upgrade. Because we filled out all that. There's an achievement for getting every weave upgrade, every general upgrade, every strand pull upgrade, every crouton upgrade, but there's no achievement for getting everything. Which I think is a shame. Whatever. Last time we were here, it was a raging hurricane. You know what's interesting is that it could very well be this is 24 hours. This may be 24 hours after this game started. Ooh, lots and lots of stigma around here. Looking kind of sinister.
All of this stigma was coming from her the whole time. So if we can come to an understanding, maybe all of this will clear up.
I was right. The final encounter would involve Bunny. New lore. False Stitcher. Cosmology. False Stitchers are not chosen. They are made by their own misguided ambitions. Unlike Weavers, False Stitchers gain power through harming mythical creatures. The harm they cause tears through the grand tapestry, leaving a trail of corruption behind. And so at the very least, we know that she harmed Hug and Molly. And she was fairly powerful. Well, actually, we saw her power after she killed Hug and Molly. We'll see. Kushma feeds off the regrets, hopes, and dreams of the people that rue tricks into coming into the town on the tapestry. Kushma can't be destroyed, only temporarily bottled by weavers like Hazel.
All right.
Let's do this. Ooh. Even more stigma. Main thing, your note here.
Lily? Are you back? How did you... Oh. You're more powerful than I thought.
Is that Molly's heart?
Why didn't it work? It should have brought Sherry back.
You can't bring back the dead.
You did something, didn't you? That's why the magic failed.
I heard your baby spirit crying. In a tree. She was in pain. I did everything I could to help her.
In pain? Or just in your way? You have no idea what loss feels like. When Cherie drowned, I was so raw it hurt to breathe. I'd see cars with those baby on board signs and just want to ram them. This town's full of people who don't deserve their kids, who beat them right in the middle of a store. Why are their children still alive and not my Cherie?
I can't imagine what it's like to lose a child. But the things you've done ain't right.
Everything I've done was for Cherie. You had no right to tamper with her spirit.
You had no right. You've hurt everyone around you. You murdered Molly.
I don't want to hear this.
You need to change. To make up for what you've done.
I can't. I don't even know what to live for anymore.
We're right about offering redemption.
There is a way you can see Cherie again.
I don't believe in heaven if you came here to kill me.
No. But there is a town for folks who can't move on. Or won't. You can't do any more harm there. But think it through, Bunny. I've seen what happens to folks who can't let go of the past. Your choice.
Cherie's baby brush. She was so tender-headed, I'd get cross with her. Now I'd give anything to brush her hair again.
And you can, my darling.
I know who you are. It won't really be her.
You'll never be able to tell the difference, I promise.
I won't.
Not if you don't want to.
You're very kind.
There's a fine line between mercy and justice, ain't that right, Hazel Flood? You chose a hard road for yourself.
I know.
Oh my.
Oh, shit! Hazel! Mama!
Oh, good Lord. Are you hurt?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Wow. I was not expecting
I
that.
got a lot to tell you.
I got time.
My flame is so low, like a fading ember.
Wow. Okay.
But I hear you, Mama, and I remember.
I was. Wow.
Lessons taught about right and wrong. I was not so weak, but I was not that strong.
I was expecting
The answers
more than
were
that.
there, you knew all along. 'Cause life is a fight to be won.
I do like this song.
Alone in the world and lost in the dark. I will make fire from my own spark. For many long years I was selfish and numb. I went marching backward, beat my own drum, searching for something where I came from. 'Cause life is a fight to be won.
Story-wise, I'm kind of glad there wasn't a final boss fight.
The strands at my own pace.
Because while Bunny
We are all
couldn't bring
connected,
herself to forgive
running
Trey,
the race. The world is not that simple. On your journey you must be nimble. Try saving
well, she did try to kill
all or
Hazel, so,
saving none.
yeah.
'Cause life
But at that point,
is a
she was just
fight to be won.
resigned to having failed.
My footsteps, they echo, I'm hearing crows. I follow the river where no one knows. Stories be telling what secret they hide. For truth is not out there, truth is inside. We are all hurting under cruel sun. I'll keep trying, this fight will be won.
Trey Flood. All right. Dude, Ahmed Best was through? Jar Jar Binks? What? Cool.
An endless chorus heard across the sky. Don't sleep no more, dreamer. Becoming maker, seeker.
Another scene. I'm in best recent stuff. So I'm not as familiar with his voice as I should be. But why?
No one fights alone, 'cause life is a lie to be shown.
I'm gonna go through the whole credit thing just so we can, see who did what. But if there's another cutscene coming up after the credits, I'd be happy. Olivier Deriviere. Loved his music. I do love this soundtrack. I wish it provided more insight into Trey's death, though. That's the thing. Okay. The singers, okay. Cool. Alright, songs. That's Fight to Be One. Performed by Stephanie Rosado. The engine performed by Michael Lusk. Joe Tom, Carolyn Owens, and Craig Robinson. Screen Tree, Einen. So performed by Craig Robinson. All right. So basically, Bunny had been living the last few decades desperately trying to get back her daughter. Nothing left to live for after Hazel restored her spirit. And she accepted the offer to go back into the town of Tapestry without the illusion that she still had her, rather than face the future without her, without the daughter she worked so hard for. know what? I'll probably repeat that after the credits finish up. But she's a tragic character. Did a lot of bad things, but she's tragic. I still need to read the comic book. I've not done that yet. I wanted to avoid spoilers. I've done a good job avoiding spoilers so far. Those are the voices of the Haints and some of the mythical creatures. Cool. Getting into the foreign stuff.
See, once I too was just like you. I rue the things I didn't do. I chew on every little wrong. Guilt from crimes was too strong. At night I'd lie awake in bed and ponder what I should have said. Regret would dog me all night long. All I did just felt so wrong until Kuzma came along. This here town is dreams and fog, a place you write your epilogue. I attest his magic's real. Take a spin now, cause time's a wheel, and Kushma makes you quite a deal. Dreammaker, kingmaker, lord of fog and chance. Spin the wheel and make a wish. There's no payment in advance. Kushma's master, power master, no one comes close to him. All are welcome to stay forever. Time to sink or time to swim. Ha! Mojo Town is as it seems. Here they're not over all your dreams. Your wrong turns are not taken yet. Just make a wish and then forget. So what's an offer with this proverb? Choose an ending, you're the author. Old mistakes become successes. Over your choices he obsesses until Kushma comes along.
Went a while without doing anything with the controller.
Dreammaker, kingmaker, lord of fog and chance. Spin the wheel and make a wish. There's no payment in advance. Kushma's master, power master, no one comes close to him. All are welcome to stay forever. Time to sink or time to swim.
I'll go ahead and speed it up.
Lord of fog and chance. Spin the wheel and make a wish. There's no payment in advance.
I love the music.
But
we gotta move it on.
No one comes close to him. All are welcome to stay forever. Time to sink or time to swim. Until Kushma came up.
The images is speeding up too. Alright. Okay, now we're just repeating. we're doing Microsoft credits now? Alright. Well, special thanks, all consultants. All right. Cutscene!
And that's how a new weaver came to be in Prospero.
Well, well. Not bad at all, Hazel Flood.
I appreciate it. I gotta get going. Instead, I meet Ma and Laurent for dinner.
Yes!
See y'all later.
Benji. Okay. The reunited with Catfish and confirmed her mom and Laurent got back together. Okay. Woo! I like that last little cutscene there. Alright, so, as we're saying, the credits, some of y'all probably skipped the credits, so I'll say it again. You know, Bunny was so consumed with grief over her child that for the next, next few decades, she worked and got into corrupt magic to try to bring her back. She was just consumed with trying to bring her back. Did a lot of evil stuff. And when we went through that level and restored the Cherie tree, that sent her off to the afterlife and put Cherie finally beyond Buddy's reach. And when she got back with Hug and Molly's heart, it did nothing. She killed a creature who, was actually good and one of a kind for nothing. And she was lost as to a purpose, and she'd rather, at last, she'd rather live out her delusion of being with her daughter than live out reality without her. So, as much evil as she did, she is an example of a character who never got over grief, or at least was never able to move forward. I'm going to do a full review of this later on, but I gotta say, I like the story. I love the story. I just wish that they touched on Trey Flood's death. It said mysterious circumstances. What kind of mysterious circumstances? I went in expecting like a final fight. All I did was just walk. Story was good. I'd say story, we'll say 9 out of 10. Music, I'll say 10. I could be pedantic and say 9.5 because a couple of songs had lots of accents on the wrong syllables. But you know what? Apart from that, the music is amazing. Gameplay, I'd say, is probably an 8. I love the interactivity with the environment. controls were a little janky sometimes. Part of it, I think, was my computer, but part of it was also, you know, little bits of the game. So some of it's user errors, some of it's the game. There's a bunch of other stuff I could talk about too. I'll write up a review and post it later. Just for the heck of it, let's see what happens if I do continue.
Lily? Are you back?
Ah,
How did you?
okay.
My flame is so low like a face.
So it's just cutscene.
And that's how a new Weaver came to be in Prospero.
So there's no New Game Plus here, it seems. Go to load game. That was the initial trial I did to see how it worked on the computer, make sure it would actually run well. And then hit X to replay chapters, and boom, there we go. So if I want, I can go back and, you know, get all the other stuff. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all this was the thing I missed the filament on. Yeah, they just... I love this chapter. Hazel and her mom teaming up. Alright. Back. Okay. This is a good game. Thank you, Compulsion Games. You've made a good one. With all the other talent that is out this year, and like it's only May, and we've already seen the Oblivion remaster. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, several other good games. We've got a lot of other games that are already strong Game of the Year contenders. I doubt this is going to get Game of the Year, but I do want to see South of Midnight nominated for story and or music. At least music. Give me a music nomination. Y'all did good, Compulsion. Y'all did good. If you enjoyed this Let's Play, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, put them on the comment section below. I'll get back to you. Don't forget, follow me on Facebook, X, Mastodon, Instagram, and Blue Sky. South of Midnight was developed by Compulsion Games and published by Xbox Games Studios. I'm Daily Culture Nerd. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you again in another video. Bye-bye.